Welcome back to the Walker Family Farm. I just wanted to give you another update. I am out here working in the garage trying to wire up my lights the correct way, I guess you could call it. So I've got these electric conduit boxes, and I'm using like the Flex MC cable, and so I have it hooked up. I've already finished 2 of the receptacles. Let's see, there's 1 and there's 2. And so basically those lights will hook up into those, and then it'll give me 2 extra receptacles to kind of do whatever I need with. And then I'm about to wire up this next one here. I had originally bought the wrong boxes, the ones that just had punch outs, and that was it. So I ended up drilling out like a hole with a I don't remember what size drill bit it was, but drill bit is too worn out to tell. But anyways, I was able to drill out the hole, and then after that, I just was able to screw a ground screw in. It was kind of tight, but I'm just working on getting these wired up. I already ran the cable down to the light switch, which is down there. Sorry. So I will be hooking that up later. At this point, I'm up on some scaffolding, so I'm trying to be a little bit careful with my movements. But yeah, so I am gonna get this hooked up, and then I will probably go through, reroute all the lights and sections. And I also got to get it hooked up into the panel down there. That you can see the loose wire down there. But after I get it hooked up and get it set up on the switch, then I'll test to make sure everything works, and I'll probably come back and do other receptacles later. So I just wanted to show y'all that one of my things that I like to do is once I put everything in there, I also pinch the wires around the screw and then tighten the screw. And after I do that, I also wrap it in electrical tape just to prevent anything, like if it were to get in there or if something were to come loose somehow, it basically can't touch the side of that terminal. And so I put wire nuts on these. I also twist up the wires so that way they stick together almost. And then after that, I normally also tape around the end of like this end of the wire nut, and then on the wire as well, to like help hold it together so it doesn't fall off. All right, there we go, all taped up. All right, so I finally got the switch hooked up down there. So now I'm up here just removing my cable mess and rerouting these cables, make them look nicer. And then this is currently plugged, these 2 lights are currently plugged into the switch. So just slowly reworking it. I'm gonna get rid of all that cable mess. All right, so I have finally finished up for now. I went ahead, probably could have done a neater job not doing zip ties, as you can kind of see right there, and there. But I ended up using zip ties to run those wires and hold them in place. I guess I could have probably used like metal straps or something like that. I don't have them over here, but that's okay. Oh, like this probably, but that's all right. I kind of have it in a way so that if any of the lights ever fail, I can kind of pull it down, and then I'll end up probably having to like rewire with the connector, which I linked those in the last video, but I'll link them in this description as well. So I have 6 lights, 22 by 35 foot building, and it has a 12-foot wall, and it lights up pretty good. I'm happy with how much it lights up. But I finally got it all hooked up to a switch. It runs down here. The other switch is not hooked up right now. Dark, and boom. So finally did it correctly for now. I will have to, I mentioned in the last segment, once I get the budget, I will probably start running the receptacle drops. My thought process behind that is to just run, so I'm probably gonna have a couple different things going on. I'm definitely gonna, I know on this side of the wall. There's going to be some chargers and stuff like that, so I might either run 1 or 2 circuits. We'll see what I end up doing, but either way, I'm going to have a conduit pipe right over there, hooks into the top of this box, and then I'm just going to run MC cable through it up so that it kind of hides, it doesn't look like a bunch of spaghetti going up, and then it'll run along the top up there all the way down, and starting probably after after this one, so maybe on like this side of the pole, I'll start putting like a junction box up there, and just put a junction box up there, there, and we'll see a lot about the back wall. Maybe I'll go up and then end up doing 1 or 2 on the back wall, but yeah, and then I'll run receptacles down if I'm going to actually need a receptacle at the time. And then if not, in the future, I will run more down if I need them. I'll just run a new drop, but I'll already have the junction box up there ready to go. And I'll do the same thing on the left side, but there's not going, that'll be a different circuit. But I'm probably not gonna do as many drops, but I'll still have the junction boxes probably all the way down, just in case I ever need to drop another line for any reason, or another box. So that is the plan as of right now. I have another switch there that's going to be for the exterior lights, which I'll probably end up having like day night motion sense type lights. So yeah, it's coming along. I'm excited. All right, so I came out here today. I wanted to try to go ahead and get the seams taken care of. They're normally pretty deep, probably like 1 inch or maybe 1.5 inches. And so I was like, I didn't really want screws falling down in there, or other things when I'm working. And also figured I'd go ahead and just fill it so debris doesn't get in there. So I bought this, I guess, Psycha Pro Select self-leveling sealant. It's a polyurethane sealant for basically expansion joints, driveways, etc. I had seen a lot of good feedback on this. I also bought the gray one, which not really sure. I'm hoping it'll darken because that's a heck of a different color, but so we'll see. Hopefully it'll darken a bit and it'll match a little bit better. We'll see. If it doesn't, then so be it. But I think it said it's paintable, so you can I'll probably just end up running over it with floor paint, worst case. So I used, I had bought 5 different tubes of it, and I only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 squares done. So I'm gonna need a lot more to finish the rest of this over here. So that will be slow work in progress, but I basically just used this shop vac, and then I took a putty knife. I'm not sure if I have it over here. Oh, actually it's right here. Just use a putty knife, just slowly scrape, and then went through and sucked as much as I could, scraped it again, sucked as much as I could, and just repeated that process until it looked bare concrete down there. And because I had used this slab a little bit before I put the garage on it, so there was definitely a lot of debris down in there.
Also, just a quick note before I continued on, to save a little bit of money, I did end up changing the method. I didn't clean out all of the dirt and grime from the rest of the seams. I did leave a little bit in there, and I would just make sure that I had about 1/2 inch gap from the top down, and then I was filling the sealant only in about 1/2 inch. But I hopefully won't have any long-term issues doing it that way, but I definitely saved a good chunk of money by doing that little shortcut.
Just a quick update on the actual paint. So I mean, obviously it looks like the garage is pretty used just pretty quickly, and I was disappointed. I was moving around toolbox and whatnot, I got some big chunks taken out right there and right here. Right there. It's just pretty much anywhere you try to scoot anything on the garage floor, it just scrapes it right up. I think over here I had a little bit of a, I'm not sure if I can find it right now, but probably not. I think it's underneath all this. But I was sliding the scaffolding around, or rolling it around, I should say, and like a little tiny metal piece was caught and scraped, just ripped a good line up. But yeah, I mean, it gets pretty dirty here because I don't have concrete outside as well. But I was moving the egg stand that we're working on, which getting there. I was moving that around over here, and you can see where it just scraped all the paint right off. So it is what it is. It's a very budget, quote unquote, one part epoxy. And it just isn't going to hold up to extensive use. So I'd probably have to patch so many spots right now just from basic use. At least I'd say basic use, but so it is what it is. It'll cover the concrete. That was my goal.
Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay healthy from the Walker Family Farm.